Hi guys, T here. Welcome to Tone Studio. This is the Tone Method. Today's class is specifically designed for lovers of tennis, whether you play competitively or you play doubles occasionally and you're looking to play stronger and recover faster. Pilates is going to be your new best friend, okay? This class really focuses on rotational strength, hip mobility, lower body power, and overall core and center strength, so that way everything that comes from your center is super strong, okay? Pilates is all about moving from the center, and if you think about it, in a lot of sports, that is what's required to be successful, is the ability to have a strong center and be very mobile, so that way you can hit, you can run, you can stop with a lot of power and limit injury long term. I'm really excited you're here. I think you're really gonna love this practice. Let's get started. Standing centered on your mat, grounded through your feet, hip distance apart. Relax your shoulders. Let them melt away from the ears. Let's move through some breath work to activate the core. We'll inhale. Feel expansion through the ribs. Exhale. Feel the ribcage pull together. So we're starting to activate that center, focusing on that nice internal corset that pulls everything in. We'll inhale again. Exhale. The ribcage gets smaller as those lungs deflate. Last time here, we'll inhale. Exhale. Good. Feeling your pull through center. Now turning here to face the top of your mat, starting standing here, we'll move through a series of alternating tap backs. So let's start with that right foot tapping back, okay? That left arm is gonna stay forward and then step it through center. So, good. We're gonna move through a series of slow knee drives facing the front. Go ahead and pop your right side heel. Let's keep our left arm forward and our right arm back. Step back on that left side leg, pull it back in. Good. So we'll do a nice quick tap back, a nice dynamic movement, adding the coordination of the arms. Beautiful. Inhale, exhale for 4, 3, it's quick, 2, and 1. Hold that right leg back, reach both arms right at shoulder height. So our right leg is back, heel is up, right foot is a little kickstand, really grounded through the left. Pull the hips forward like 2 flashlights, reach the arms out. We'll inhale here, exhale, take that left arm back into a spine twist. Good, and then inhale back to center. Exhale, open spine twist, bring it back to center. So emphasizing thoracic rotation here, opening up the rib cage in that left side body for 4, 3, pull your abs in, 2, 1, hold that left arm back, stay grounded through your left side foot, take your right hand down, take that left hand up into that nice lunge with twist. We'll hold it here for a second. Good, bring your left hand down to frame your left side leg. We'll step in on the right foot. Good, chin to chest will roll up and then reset, this time stepping back with that left leg, okay? So left leg, pull it in. Beautiful job. Creating that dynamic runner arm position, helping to get the heart rate up, challenging that balance and unilateral intensity on that right side for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it back, reach both hands out at shoulder height. Good, hips forward like flashlights. Exhale, find your center. Create that rotation through that midline. Inhale, exhale, beautiful job. Hips still stay facing forward, finding grounding through that right side foot for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold that rotation, bring that left hand down on the inside of the right side leg. Open your chest in that lower lunge with that twist. Good, big reach. Bring that right hand down, framing your right side foot. We'll bring our left knee down and then bring our right knee back to meet our left. Excellent job. Hold it here. All right, beautiful job here. Let's walk through a tabletop back with nice positioning here. So shoulders are over wrists. Right now, knees are under hips. Neck is long, chin isn't dropping down. You want to feel a nice long neck. Crown of our head is shooting towards the wall or whatever's in front of us. And then same thing, the tailbone is driving back. We want that back to be nice and flat. We could have set a tennis ball here and it shouldn't roll. Actually, that might be too hard. A tennis racket, too easy. Okay, so imagine, I usually say a glass of water right at your low back and you could hold it stable, okay? Holding it here, let's step back from the right foot and step back from the left foot, forming a nice strong plank. You can of course drop your knees to modify. Working on scapular stability here, pull the rib cage in as you exhale, alternating shoulder taps, right hand to left hand to right without rocking. If you feel like you're rocking, you need to continue to work on building that stability. You can always drop those knees. Beautiful job. Pull the abs in, keep the body high away from that mat. Beautiful. Good. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and drop those knees. Give yourself a puppy's pose, opening the chest, dropping it down to the mat. Inhale here, nice big breath. Exhale, settle into the stretch. We'll push ourselves back up to quadruped, building in some of that shoulder mobility, okay? Focusing first on the left side. So I'm here, my left side is facing you for visual purposes. Keep yourself pushed away from the mat in a strong tabletop back, just the left arm, take it out right at shoulder height, okay? I want you to focus on that. So your fingertips are reaching towards me. You're lifting up against the left side shoulder. Hold it there. Bring it down to the mat until it touches the ground and then lift it back out. Good. Right now, there's no rotation from the thoracic spine, okay? We're keeping the chest level with the ground, just isolating the left side shoulder. Lift and pull that left side scapula up for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pay attention to your form here. So remember what a strong quadruped looks like. Low back isn't arched, belly isn't sinking, neck isn't dropped. Let's keep everything nice and level. Good. Taking that left hand, reach it all the way to the ceiling as you rotate through your upper body. Left side rib cage opens. Beautiful job. Inhale here, exhale, go ahead and thread it under as you sit your hips back. Good, hold that position. Inhale, exhale. This time, bring it back in line with your shoulder, take it behind your head. Just the elbow is going to drop towards the mat and then you're gonna exhale to rotate open to the ceiling, so good. And back down to the mat for 4. Building in that mobility here. Beautiful. 3, 2, 1. Hold it open. Really push that left side elbow high. Take a big breath and then bring it back to center. Shake it out. I'm just switching positions so that way you can have a good visual on this side. Beautiful work. That felt really good, right? Really important to work in those shoulders when we're thinking about tennis. Okay, now same thing, different side. This time the right hand's gonna reach out right at shoulder height. Bring it back down. Inhale. Exhale, nice strong center. Beautiful job. Isolating just that right side shoulder, but the left side body still has a big job. It's supporting you, right? Beautiful. We always want to think how our body parts move together synergistically, right? How they coordinate, how they organize to help make one piece of the body move super strongly. For 4, nice long neck. 3, 2, hold that right hand out, find it right at shoulder height and then twist open to the ceiling and then we'll thread it under our left. Good. Good, and then we'll bring it back. we'll take our left hand back, or our right hand back, and then at the side of our head, elbow comes down. This time we move more from the spine, right? We take away that reach of the arm and move just from the spine in that thoracic rotation for 4. Good. 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Hold it open. Bring it center. Give yourself that puppy pose. Sit into it for a second here. Nice big inhale. Nice big exhale. So good. Okay, staying here to lay all the way down on your belly to start to work in this prone position, continuing to find that scapular mobility and shoulder girdle strength. Go ahead and lay all the way down. This is where my mic starts to sound maybe a little funky because I'm so close to the mat. Take your hands out to a T and hold them there, okay? We'll inhale, exhale. I want you to pull those ribs together still. Activate through your center. Lift the palms up as you create a small chest lift, squeezing and retracting those shoulder blades together, and then slowly bring it down. Inhale, exhale, lift. Beautiful job. So strong. Good. Keeping those legs long and active. Good. Point your toes. Exhale, lift your chest. We'll do that for 4 in the T. 3. Pilates prone work is so good for not only tennis, but every sport, okay? Every sport you need a strong spine, strong shoulder stability. Last 2. Last 1. Hold for 4. Squeeze those shoulders. 3, 2, 1. Slowly rest. Now adjust your hands more to a Y position. So we are working on that scapular retraction, and now we're going to work on that downward rotation of the scapula. We'll inhale, exhale, lift the hands up into the Y, pulling the shoulder blades down, and then bring it back to the mat. We'll inhale, exhale, lift, slowly bring it back down. You may find that this one is much harder. Inhale, exhale, lift. Good. For 4, 3, 2, and 1, and then quick rest. Let's bring the hands underneath the shoulders. Do a little baby swan prep here. Inhale, nose to mat. Exhale, press through the palms, lift the chest away from the mat, extending your spine towards the ceiling, and then slowly bring it back down. Inhale, exhale. You can lift a little more of your arm up, a little more of your chest up, and then slowly bring it back down. Inhale one more time. Exhale, finding your full swan if that feels good for your spine. Relax your shoulders down. Good. Open your chest without pushing your neck back. And then slowly bring it down to the mat. Good. We rest here. Reach the arms out, finishing this prone series with swimming. So we'll inhale here, nose to mat. Exhale. Lift the arms, lift the legs. Good. Hold it here. Good. Really activating all of those tiny muscles surrounding the spine. We'll alternate arm and leg here. Inhale and exhale. Good. It's hard to talk through this one. Good, because there's so much going on and I'm struggling, but you've got it. Keep lifting that chest for 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest it down. Woo! All right, we're pushing ourselves up, finding a side lounge position here on the left side. So our hips will stack, our shoulders will stack. Good. Facing whatever direction you're facing is fine. Just make sure you're on your left side, okay? We'll inhale here to prep. Exhale. Let's find that core sit. Pull your ribs through center, stack your knees, moving through a top leg lift, okay? Good. Starting to work on those tiny muscles surrounding our outer hip. Good. That helps support us when we run. They help support those quick power movements. And also really good to protect our low back, right? We count these little lower muscles as part of our powerhouse, right? Which really is what contributes to a strong center, okay? Pull those abs in. You're doing great. Inhale, exhale. Open your chest for 4, 3, 2. So good here. And 1, we'll hold, pause, good. Top leg extension. So extending from the hip, lengthening that leg out and away, and then bringing it back through the center line. Gorgeous. Good. So now isolating that right leg and focusing on the rest of the body, really creating that strong foundation, that strong center. For 4, push it through. 3, 2, hold it out. 1, point your toe. Now, little tiny circles to the front. We're focused on the hip joint here. So that leg is nice and long, pushed out away from the body. The circles are a teacup saucer in size. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch directions. You got it. Good. Inhale and exhale. Open your chest. Beautiful job. I know you're feeling the burn. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest it down. Go ahead and stretch that leg out. Good. You can grab that ankle or foot with your right hand and pull the foot towards your bum to stretch the quad. Now let's go ahead and stay stacked here. Going through a side plank, we'll inhale, exhale. This time we'll lift both hips up off the mat, reach that right hand to the ceiling, and then go ahead and bring it down. So this is step 1. Good, building strong obliques, a strong waistline. Step 2 is to find the right leg stretched out. So that will be a more advanced position. And step 3 is to stretch the left leg out and lift the entire body except for that left side forearm and those feet up off the mat. For 4, gorgeous. 3, 2, and 1. So strong, bring it down. We're gonna find our back, okay? So roll all the way to your back. Whew. This feels good, much needed. This work never ceases to amaze me, right? It seems so subtle, but it really leaves me sweating. Okay, laying on our back, getting ready for bridging to focus on hip mobility and lower body strength. We'll go ahead and ground those feet out away from the bum. Take a nice breath in here through the nose. Inhale. Exhale, pulling your ribs together and down towards your hips without tucking your pelvis just yet. So we really want to emphasize that neutral spine. We'll inhale again here. Exhale it out. Hold the rib cage pulling together. Press those palms down to activate that upper body. Tuck the pelvis to start to roll the spine up to a nice strong bridge, and then slowly melt it down. Good. Okay, so let's emphasize articulation or the spine moving in pieces. Good. At the top, good. You feel activation through the glutes, the quads, the hamstrings, and then slowly melt it down. Inhale. Exhale. Lift and scoop, tuck the pelvis, wrap that muscle around the lower trunk, and then slowly melt it down. Now this next time we find that bridge, let's hold it up. Inhale, exhale, ground through those feet. Really level and find even hips without really dipping your pelvis, okay? So further taking that like low back towards your forehead. I want you to stretch it out a little bit so your hip bones are towards the ceiling. We'll start to march. Inhale and exhale, right leg to tabletop. Good. For that hip stability. So finding, good, alternating unilateral movement. Bringing attention to your center to focus on making sure those hips don't drop when one is lifting. Good. Lift a little higher if you can through the foot that's on the ground each time. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and bring that left foot down, holding your bridge here. Nice, strong positioning. Walk your feet out a couple more inches from your bum and hold it there. Good. Breathing. And then I want you to walk them back. Pause. Now walk out on the left, follow the right, in on the left, in on the right, out on the right, out on the left, in on the right, in on the left. Good. Continue alternating for 4. Good. 3. Keeping those hips lifted. 2. And 1. Hold the heels further out away from the bum. Lift the hips an inch and lower in this extended bridge position. Beautiful job. Really feeling those hamstrings, the back of our legs light up for 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly melt the spine. You can stretch the legs out. We'll inhale here, exhale, plug the shoulder blades down. Really grip through those heels to roll up. Lift the head, neck, and shoulders, pulling the belly button in, reaching past the toes, and then setting ourselves up for the opposite side lying and side planks. You're doing a great job here, okay? All right, starting in our side lounge position, lifting up out of those shoulders, stack those knees, lift into the top leg lift, okay? Good, beautiful work. So side body strengthening. Good, great to, again, help create a strong center, lower body power. Awesome. And working unilaterally really lets us pay attention to side compensation for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold that left leg hovering, extend, really lengthen through the hip, and then bring it back knee over knee. Gorgeous. Extend and bend. Inhale, exhale. Open your chest, lengthen your neck. So strong here. Good job. For 4, 3, we'll hold that leg out for our single leg circles. 2, and 1. Long pointed toe, circle to the front. Again, emphasizing length all the way up through your hips to the front for 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch to the back. Beautiful, nice long leg. Open chest, stack those shoulders. 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and rest, getting ready for our side planks. You can stretch that left leg out. Good. The first side plank option was that both knee down position. Inhale, exhale. Good. Remember your options, your progressions. Single leg or double leg to really, find that work in the obliques. 3, 2, 1, and rest it down. Great job. Go ahead and push yourself over to your seat. Your feet are going to be out in front of your bum, working through some rotational exercises and some supine ab exercises. Let's go ahead and reach the arms out, relax your shoulders. Inhale, exhale. Let's tuck the pelvis, create that rounded spine, roll back, and then restack at the top. Inhale. Exhale, roll back. We're in our half roll back series here. Inhale. Exhale, tuck and roll. So good. And then let's hold this next one back and pause. We'll start to rotate just like we did in the beginning, reaching that right hand out, bring it back through center. You're maintaining this nice banana-shaped spine. Reach that left arm back and then back through center. Gorgeous. You guys are incredible. You're doing such a good job. Inhale, exhale for 4, 3, 2, pull the belly button down. 1, hold it through center. Let's roll all the way back. Nice and slow. Tuck the hips, pull the belly button down. Good, until you're all the way flush to the mat. Rest your hands here for a second. Okay, go ahead and bring both legs up to find a tabletop position. Good. And then we'll reach the arms high to the ceiling. Good, thinking about that dead bug. So we're really gonna emphasize the neutral spine here. If you feel you're tucking your pelvis, I want you to stretch it out. Alternating reaches with arm and leg. So it's right arm, left leg. Hold, bring it back through center. left arm, right leg, hold, bring it back through center. This is such an underrated exercise. I think a lot of people, had to do it in PT, or they just don't think it's effective, but it's so good for strengthening the transverse abdominis, so that corset outer sheath muscle of our abdominals. For 4, 3, it's a great non-crunch abdominal exercise. 2, 1, bring it through center and pause. Let's keep both arms reaching. We're gonna move through a double toe tap, extending from the hips and then back out. Tap the toes to the mat. This is even more challenging to stabilize that pelvis, okay? Inhale, exhale, lift. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. We'll hold those legs in tabletop. Hands come behind the head, lifting into crisscross, left elbow, right knee, cross over, right elbow, left knee. Good, really, like I said, emphasizing rotational power in this class to strengthen all the muscles you need for a good serve, a good return. Good, to move quickly across the court. For 4, nice and slow. 3, 2, and 1. Hold. We're gonna move really quickly for the finale. So right to left. Again, we had slow, controlled. Now let's move through power for 8. Good. So strong. Control still through the center for 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest it down. Oh, so good. Take your hands out to a T. Let's drop our knees from side to side. Look to the opposite direction in that supine twist. A nice final stretch to close this out. Nice job. Just giving our low back a little love. We'll bring it back through center. Give your knees a hug. Let's inhale, exhale, roll up to find our seat. Woo. Great job. You did an excellent job. That was so much fun. It was more challenging than I think I anticipated, but what else is new? That's so the toned method. All right, I can't wait to see you for the next one. I hope you have a great day.